Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, June 22nd, 2015. Ra and Asha in the Lynn-Body-Mind, Black Wolf and Fritz in the Jamie-Body-Mind, other team members in smaller subatomic levels of the physical dimension. All of us here in the physical dimension, that of course being one of the cornerstones of this work. We believe that our instructions for the videoed portion of our work today are to continue the work that we have been doing to clear the toxicity and the debris from the subatomic levels that have been opened up in large part thanks to Pan and our work to rescue him.
That's true.
Many of the souls who have been trapped down there are bubbling up to the surface and are now able to catch the rescue ropes that are being dropped down to them by their own higher souls in large part. So our part is to continue to provide the updraft to lengthen the central core.
That is true.
Our intention remains to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins.
I feel like we're in one of those entry rooms, waiting rooms again, with the counter where we sign in. Do you see that? Am I wrong?
Well, I see that up there.
Yes.
Go on. Go on.
That's...
What I'm doing is shuttling up and down. There are these elevators that look like bullet trains, but they're running vertically like elevators.
That's true.
And they're going farther and farther down.
That is true.
It looks kind of like watching a subway being built, but vertically.
That's true.
Like a tunnel being cut through rock. And
that's true.
Wherever these bullet trains can be installed, then the rescue efforts can move with purpose and efficiency.
That's true.
And it looks kind of like subways because there's a upward going and a downward coming.
That's true.
Train track, and the upward one seems to be pretty heavily in use. And
that's true.
There are people there saying, this way, this way, this way.
True.
The downward coming elevator, there doesn't seem to be much of a call for it right now.
That's true.
Other than people who, when we come down to work the lower reaches.
That's true.
And I see down farther, there's still just kind of like the open pit, and
that's true.
It hasn't been. The structure isn't in place. The rescue structure isn't in place yet.
That's true.
And but our work is to continue to line this up until it's fully vertical. It seems to be drifting off to one side.
Yes, that's true.
Not fully vertical, and it seems to be going into that ant colony, really deep subatomic level.
That's true.
Hideout.
That's true.
For those who were in rebellion against their own soul plans and against Source itself.
That's true.
And many of them look like sleepwalkers. And so
that's true.
It has been working to say, give us your toxic waste, and many people are coming to this. It looks like a chimney updraft.
Yeah, and that's true. With big barrels.
Yes, bags and wheelbarrows and
that's true.
barrels and all kinds of ways of transporting waste.
That's
and
true.
We're sucking it up, and that's helping to line up the central core of this ant colony.
That's true.
With the central core of, I believe, spirit of the all that is.
That's true.
So that it can be ventilated. And as it lines up, I know that what we're supposed to do is also call for their own higher souls with the song of the soul.
That's true.
And so we probably are supposed to tune this to the perfect pitch, the pitch of the higher souls.
That's true.
Of the immediate presences. And then it's as if these sleepwalking ghosts, can you see those like sleepwalking ghosts?
I do see that.
Kind of coming out of the walls of the ant colony.
That's
almost.
true.
And they're just floating up to the vibrations, and then at first they're floating, kind of bumping along the ceiling of the ant colony, and then when they hit this central
opening,
they go up really fast.
That's true.
And I see like first aid givers.
Yeah, that's true, up at the top of the opening.
Yes, that will kind of get them onto the shuttles.
That's true.
And tuning to the perfect pitch of the higher souls destined to occupy the totality of the physicality.
Merge and merge. Tune.
And when we do that last tuning,
yes,
it really calls waves and waves.
That's
of
true.
These ghostly souls, these ghostly sleepwalking souls.
That's true.
Out of the walls of, I'm calling it the ant colony.
That's true.
I don't recognize many of these people. They're just strangers to me.
Yeah, strangers.
So that's good. That's fine. They seem to have come in one of the earlier calls, one of the earlier decrees, come in and make a difference.
That's true.
But Pan said it took him 15 seconds to lose clarity, and that's Pan with all the training he's received.
That's true.
So probably these people were gone in less than 15 seconds.
That's true.
Probably within 15 seconds, these
That's true.
people lost their sense of purpose and direction, forgot what they had come here to do.
That's
which
true.
is classic, actually. When we're born into the physical, this is what happens almost immediately.
That's true.
We forget what it was we came here to do.
That's true.
And so these souls, as do so many in the physical dimension, forgot their purpose and wandered off and got trapped in the physical dimension that they had come to rescue trapped souls from.
That's true.
Well, this is one way of bringing them back.
That's true.
And the more of the toxic waste we pick up, and it looks like there's like the toxic waste dump your toxic waste here, and it's going up close to it, far enough away that people will come.
Yes.
There's this other updraft.
That's
just
true.
Sucking up the sleeping souls.
Ooh, that's true.
Both of them, though, creating updrafts.
Yes, I see that.
And the more of the toxic waste that clears, the easier it's going for everyone down here.
That is true. The more clear, the fresher the air.
And I also see that there are tunnels burrowed down to even deeper layers.
That's true.
Probably this is where the people who are in open rebellion against their soul plans and open rebellion against Source, probably that's where they tunneled down.
That's true.
Well, let's just start offering to take their toxic waste.
That's true.
Well, garbage here.
That's true. There's a bunch.
There's a bunch.
Ooh.
They don't want their toxic waste.
No.
They were kind of wondering what to do with it.
That's true.
What do we do with this? It's like an inverted trash chute.
That's true.
Throw your trash here and it's sucked up.
Goes up. That's true.
And it's marked with a skull and crossbones, throw your radioactive
waste.
Toxic
That's
stuff.
True.
It's this is the stuff that normal trash collectors won't pick up and that you can't compost.
That's true.
Pitch it here, we'll take it.
That's true.
And there's a big, thank goodness.
Oh, thank goodness. We didn't know what we were going to do with all this. That's
right.
true.
Creating the updraft.
Ooh.
Maybe I'm not supposed to tune it. Maybe we just send it so that they can see. Look what it's like down here.
That's true.
Look what it's like. Okay, I'll stop tuning it, and we just send it up as close to the center of the bullseye as we can
get right now.
We're letting it run right through our own spines. This opening seems to be our own spines.
That's true.
Vertical pillar, and so having the intention to really line up the entire spine fully vertically.
That's true.
One thing we learned in the Washington, D.C. phase of the assignment is to let the toxicity run up through our own spines, and that's how we become immune to it.
That's true.
And so to do that here, just let the toxicity run up through our own spines. so that we can become immune to it.
That's true.
Whatever these toxic wastes represent.
That is true.
Are you having awareness of that place, that check-in place? Let's see if we can connect to that and see what's going on there.
There are more people in the waiting room now than there were when we first began the work.
What level is this waiting room on?
Way up. Like when I point to the raw as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now.
That's about where
Right
I see
about
it.
there. That's true.
And what are those people waiting for?
Waiting is probably the wrong word because it seems to be an intake process. There's not a lot of sitting around. I see them coming in, checking in at the counter, and they go down that hallway.
And there's Fritz's alpha test machine.
Yeah, that's true. And they go through the alpha test machine.
And maybe this time the alpha test machine is being used to scan the person and see what job they are a match for.
That's possible.
Because they don't seem to have, I'm watching what's happening,
Yes.
and they don't seem to have a job already. When the machine does its first scan, it's just reading what they are.
That's true.
And then it seems to just assign them a task.
That's true.
And then here's your assignment, soldier.
Yeah, that's true.
I see what you are. Here's your assignment, soldier.
That's true.
And then there seem to be lines.
That's true, different areas.
Yes, it seems color-coded. If
Yes,
you have a
that's
yellow
true.
card, you go there.
That's
if
true.
you have a blue
Green
card,
over
yes,
there.
that's right.
true.
And I see somebody waving. Hi.
Hi. I notice that lots of people in this room seem to recognize us,
Yeah.
even though I don't recognize most of them.
Well, they do recognize us. Hi.
Hi. That's true.
This happens.
That's
you know,
true.
when this Body-Mind began teaching, people would come up and
That's
talk to her.
true.
They would know her, know
That's
of
true.
her. They'd had seen her on videos,
That's
heard
true.
her on radio,
That's true.
etc. Same thing. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. We welcome you
Nice
to join
meet you.
us in the work. We're all working.
That's true.
This is for people who want to work. Let's bifurcate, right?
That's it.
Activating the law of attraction and repulsion. Here at the central core, this is the place for people who want to work to trigger the awakening right now because
That's
they
true.
desperately want the awakening to succeed right now.
That's
and
true.
they want to do something about it.
That's true.
And all others are flung away. It just is a quick way of sorting out.
That's
all
true.
the way up to here. We'll bifurcate for those who are willing to work, who have found a way to desperately want the awakening to succeed right now, and therefore can't live without doing something to make it better.
That's true.
And we have that go down to the right depth. And it seems to be at the place where the transport cars stop.
Yes, I see that.
And then after that, it's just, now we're just trying to get these people out of the pit.
Right, that's true.
While we're at it, we're just, from here, this really high room, this waiting room, let's look up as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now from here.
That's true.
And call up to our own higher souls and ask them to test the takedown buttons that are supposed to be used to free people from the physical dimension, free
That's
souls
true.
from the physical dimension in a natural process.
That's true.
That has broken down. So are you willing to test yours? We ask you to test it right now and see what happens. You can always correct any errors.
That's true.
I do feel crumbling happening around edges
Yeah, I
of
feel that.
things.
That's true.
And now to seal the ceilings so that the contamination stops where you are and that your higher souls are kept in a more clear zone so that they can offer you clear guidance.
That's true.
Well, and ask them to test their own takedown buttons
That's true.
and to seal their own ceilings and to call up until we find someone with a takedown button that's able to take down the totality. They do seem to be working to take off chunks and to
sections.
loosen
That's
things
true.
up. So it is helping to stir things up.
That's true.
You know what it reminds me of?
No.
One of the drives from the D.C. area back to Florida, we were
Yes.
driving between Jacksonville and Gainesville,
Yes.
or around there, and we were working to shoot light into the centers of planets.
That's true.
And how they would kind of get softer, 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 softer. It took a long time to loosen it up.
That's true.
And then the last little thing.
That's true.
Made the change that we had been working for.
That's true.
This might be similar.
That's possible.
All of us who are actively working right here to call for our own highest souls who are willing to actively help, to come in.
Come in.
And make it right.
Make it right.
With future life refreshing also.
That's true.
Woohoo!